What's up everybody, it is I, Hero Vange, and welcome to the very first episode of my Timeless Cup Meta Simplified Guide. Yes, there are multiple parts. Now, with the way that the Timeless Cup is set up, with it not really having like set elements, it being like more of a generation type thing, right? Gen 1 to 4, with a lot of bans, right? That I feel like it's kind of pointless for me to show you how the cup plays out, right? For me to try to like make some spaghetti type situation here to try to show you every single matchup is, I feel, counterproductive. Instead, what I focused in on, what I put my efforts into is kind of like showing you the best choices for certain like groups, certain jobs, and basically showing you like the differences between like their side grades, which I feel is gonna be like way more helpful to you for team building. Now, with that said, I am gonna have multiple recommendations for you for the different job types, the different elements. Not really, it's more of a, it's not really an element thing, it's more of like a coverage type thing, right? Yes, I am gonna have those recommendations for you, but you are going to also get to know the reasons why I chose those Pokemon, and that I think is more important for you because it's gonna be your call at the end of the day to include my recommendations on your team to find that synergy, to cover like the holes that you have on your team with those differences in the Pokemon. Or you might be able to find a Pokemon that I forgot that you got shocked that I did not have on my video because it has more coverage, right? Better matchups with certain Pokemon. And yeah, you'll get all of that, and that will give you a base level knowledge of the Timeless Cup. Now, since the first thing that you have to decide when building your Timeless Cup team is your starter Pokemon, which is a requirement, you only have to have one. You're only supposed to have one. From generation 1 to generation 4, okay? And yeah, that's really like where you should start, okay? Since that's where you should start, that's where we're gonna start off today. We're gonna talk about the different choices for the starters. Episode 2 is going to be very important, and if it's available, it's gonna come out right there, alright? Episode 2, if it's not, be patient, alright? Episode 2 is gonna be about dragons and ice type, which I feel are like, they're the meat and potatoes of the Timeless Cup. And episode 3, I feel, is gonna be my favorite episode because it is going to be the multi-purpose, doesn't really fall into elements type of thing, but they have like different coverages, and it kind of like is there to help you fill out the holes in your team because they are going to fill out like multiple roles, and those Pokemon are honestly like my favorite Pokemon in the Timeless Cup, alright? But episode 3, when it's out, it's gonna be right there. Alright guys, so let's talk about the element that is easiest to explain, right? Water starters. Now, I only have one recommendation, it is Swampert, right? Why Swampert? Why not the other ones? Well, very easy to explain. He's part ground. Okay, because he's part ground, and since you're most likely gonna have another water type on your team, Lapras, Sileo, right? It's nice to not be weak to electric types, right? It's nice to not worry about the electric types with this one water, and so yeah, you only have a problem with grass, right? So yeah, it's nice. Here's another one, right? Swampert, with it being part ground and with it having Mud Shot, right? Charges up so much faster compared to the other water starters, right? The other water starters cannot get Hydro Cannon after Hydro Cannon after Hydro Cannon, cannot throw Earthquake fast. I don't even know if they have do they have Earth? It's not even worth thinking about, okay? It's nice that you can throw fast, and actually, because you can throw fast with Swampert, it makes him a very powerful finisher, alright? Big hitting charge moves, fast charging, fast attack. It is a formula for a very good finisher. And also, if you're kind of used to that shield baiting gameplay, if you're good at that, if you're a tricky player, right? You got like next level 5 head strats, okay? With getting the shield off and then landing some heavy stuff like Earthquake, okay? He is fantastic for that because that is actually like his bread and butter. Let's go to the matchups, but we need something to compare him to, okay? So the other water starters, I don't think they're worth talking about, alright? I could be wrong. If you feel like they're better, okay, compare the matchups, alright? But I feel that it is more important to compare him to Big Daddy Whiscash Chocolate, alright? The mud bomb slinger, the machine gun, alright? He just throws and throws and throws those mud bombs. Actually, interesting story, right? I've been having some practice battles. I had one practice battle where I got to throw 5 mud bombs. 5 mud bombs, right? And 1 blizzard. It is crazy the amount that he can spam. But Vange, Big Daddy Cash Chocolate is not a starter. Bro, why is he in your starter video? This makes no sense, man. False advertising on your YouTube title. Here's the thing, right? Very important thing to consider is if you don't bring the starter, right, of the element, what do you have to replace it? Is there something that can kind of like cover the same things as Swampert? Is it maybe an upgrade in some ways? Or maybe in a lot of ways? Okay, we'll see. So this is important to consider for all the starters. We're gonna have non-starters to compare them to see that, you know, is it bad not to bring this starter because all the other options are poop, you know? Or is it kind of like, do I even need to bring these starters because all the non-starter options are better? Okay, so yeah, let's talk about it. The Mud Boys versus the Anti-Grass. They have most of them, alright? They have most of them, except that Swampert actually is not as good as Whiscash when battling Venomoth, specifically Legacy Poison Fang Venomoth. Legacy Poison Fang Venomoth can bait the Poison Fang and then throw the Silver Wind for the kill, alright? It needs that. If it doesn't do that, it still loses because Swampert outspams it, alright? So that's kind of like it's lesser compared to Whiscash in that sense, but I mean, Venomoth, is that gonna be meta? Are people gonna have the Legacy Pokemon? Are they gonna get the bait? That's a lot of like... But Vange, Whiscash needs to get the bait to get the kill on Charizard, okay? Like, Whiscash cannot go straight Mud Bomb to kill Charizard, it loses, alright? But have you tried straight Blizzard? Have you tried straight Blizzard? It is, you know, pretty clear, okay? So, it's a surefire kill. Moving on to the Dragons. Very interesting comparison right here, right? Whiscash has all the dragons. But Vange, you need to get the bait to get the to get the Blizzard. Listen, try running straight Mud Bomb. Just try running straight Mud Bomb all 3, okay? Or just Mud Bomb, Chocolate all day, alright? Straight Mud Bomb, Dragonair, alright? Dragonair, Chocolate. Straight Mud Bomb, Shelgon, you don't need the Blizzard. And this one doesn't even make sense to me because Shelgon was my anti-water Pokemon for Ferocious Cup. So, what? Kingdra gets straight up outspammed, alright? Just Chocolate all day, every day. It's crazy, man. It's kind of funny that Whiscash is the Dragon Slayer of the two, right? Swampert needs the bait for Dragonair for sure. If it does not bait with Shelgon, it's a CMP tie. If you go Earthquake, it's a CMP tie. So I suggest going for the bait. And then with Kingdra, yeah, you can go straight Earthquake, you'll win, okay? But still, interesting. Daddy Cash is a Dragon Slayer. Now for the same type coverage, for the water type coverage, Swampert does get the advantage just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. The thing is, with Lapras, it is bait dependent, yes. But the thing is, I also feel that Lapras is the more popular choice, right? Because, you know, Lapras is a beast in this cup, right? Yeah. Plus, it has Daddy Whiscash, straight Hydro Cannon. Okay, straight Hydro Cannon, you'll win that. And yeah, but Daddy Whiscash, all he's got is CMP tie with C-Leo, so that's a QSA thing for sure. QSA for the win right there. This one right here, other stuff. Now we covered Skuntank earlier, yeah. But, you know, they got other stuff. Okay, they got it. Like, these Pokemon have multiple roles, different coverages. They can kind of like do multiple jobs at once. They have them all. Alright? The Mud Boys have a weakness, and this is gonna shock you. Alright? So, you know, hold on to something. This might like flip you out your chair. Okay? This is something you probably never heard of in like ever, basically. Okay? They have a weakness to grass types. Oh my friggin' god, no friggin' way. No friggin' way, okay? We don't have to compare how fast they die because they die fast. Okay, so, you know, that's not really a thing. Now, my recommendation, right, is that Whiscash is straight up an upgrade to Swampert. Whiscash has the whole dragon slaying thing, and that is very important in this cup. Is it still worth it to run Swampert? I would say possibly, okay? But alongside Whiscash, okay? Alongside Whiscash, I think you can maybe think about running double Mudboy, but it is scary. You have to get the grass type out, okay? Or maybe you could run both and then have a bunch of anti-grass Pokemon on your lineup, and then kind of like play it like a mental game, okay? That's a thing that you could do, but Whiscash is definitely much better than Swampert. Alright, so moving on to the next element, the grass types. Okay, so yes, Ivysaur is there. What's up with that? Here's the thing, right? Ivysaur with Razor Leaf or Vine Whip, okay? Or Vine Whip, alright? Return, and then either Power Whip or Sludge Bomb, okay? Depending on what you have as your fast attack, is actually really strong. Like, definitely 100% a side grade to the two usual grass types, alright? But we'll compare versus the water types. Now, the thing is with the Mud Boys, we don't have to complicate this with the Mud Boys, alright? Because you know they die fast. That's not really something that we can compare and be like, oh, this one's better because it kills this one 0.2 faster. But with the water ice types, it gets interesting, and the thing is, these Pokemon are like the meat and potatoes, or like the meat or potatoes of the Timeless Cup, right? So yeah, you can see that Venusaur versus Meganium takes it hands down, right? The thing is with Sealeo, it's a stat thing, plus Sealeo has to get the bait for a chance to kill, right? Because you have to land this Aurora Beam. If you go straight Aurora Beam, you lose, okay? So it's a CMP tie. But if you have nice stats, you can actually survive this with single-digit HP and kill Sealeo, right? So that's the thing. December Community Day is coming up, okay? Make sure to have some nice stats on all your Community Day Pokemon. And as you can see, Venusaur is actually not that great at this. It's iffy, it's stat-based, and yeah. The interesting thing though, watch this, okay? Usual way. Okay, take a look at what the sim does. Back-to-back Surf, right? Now, let's take out Skull Bash. Watch this. It's going to end up losing to Venusaur. Okay, so you have to get that double back-to-back Surf. How many is that? It's 8. 8 Ice Shards, throw a back-to-back Surf for the kill. And yeah, since I just taught you that trick, and like a lot of people are I'm hoping that a lot of people are gonna watch this video. Since I just taught you that, Venusaur is even less viable, right? For, you know, water ice. Now, Ivysaur with Razor Leaf has the cleanest matchup profile. What's the problem with Vine Whip? My problem with Vine Whip Ivysaur is Sealeo, right? Sealeo might be meta, alright? We'll see, okay? But it can beat it if it doesn't have anything to bait. If it has something to bait with, right? Return, it is a CMP tie. Alright, so that kind of sucks. Razor Leaf and Vine Whip actually have very similar matchup profiles. You'll see, like, try to test it out, compare them. You'll see that they kind of like work the same, except for this matchup right here, okay? But if you find something, you know, spicy, you know, Vine Whip might be better than Razor Leaf. Like, let your boy know, okay? But for me, this right here is the way to go. Razor Leaf is your only grass type DPS. That's all you need. Okay, and then Sludge Bomb, are you gonna get to it? Yes, I've been testing this Pokemon. Yes, you get to the Sludge Bomb, especially after, you know, you farm down some water types, okay? And then Return, just neutral hit. So with the Razor Leaf versus Vine Whip Ivysaur, right? I really think that Razor Leaf is the much better choice, just because of the Sealeo matchup, just because of that one thing. So if you find something that, you know, they differ in, because I didn't find anything in my tinkering, right? In my tinkering, okay? They kind of like work the same, honestly. To be honest, if you win, you win. If you lose, you lose, okay? Except for Sealeo. Versus the Dragons, Meganium pulls ahead by a lot, right? So Kingdra is a no-brainer. It's part water, so neutral, like grass damage to it. But Dragonair and Shelgon, that's nice, okay, with stats, and actually not bait dependent. This is with default stats, straight Earthquake, okay? You actually pull it off. You pull it off with like 3 HP. But I mean, if you had better stats, it would be better, right? But actually, if you maximize both, the thing is, Dragonair is like a purified Pokemon, right? So it's not gonna have like the best of the best stats, right? Because plus getting Dragonair with good stats is hard, dude. But yes, 1 HP, so it's a little bit difficult, right? But nice stats. Meganium has Dragonair. And then versus Shelgon, this you definitely need nice stats. Okay, so this is with a maximized Meganium, but a default Shelgon, right? So you have to get like nice stats if you want to pull this off. Yes, baiting makes it much more clean, and yeah, but the thing is, do you want to risk it? You know, do you want to risk it, or do you want to go for the gold right away? Like if they don't block on the first thing, thinking that you're baiting, right? So yeah, it's stat-based type thing. Okay, plus I guess if you bait, it's a lot cleaner. Meg pulls ahead by a lot because it has that playable matchup against, you know, one of the gods of the Timeless Cup, Dragonair, right? That's a big thing. That's a big thing for sure. Now for the same type coverage, Venusaur is the Grassassin, alright? This is his kind of like saving grace because so far he's been kind of Yes, but if you're looking for a grass as a grass type killer, right? Because your team is generally weak to grass, let's say, okay? So just increasing that coverage against the grass type, yeah, Venusaur can do it, and he's very good at, very proficient. Now, Ivysaur takes second place. Meganium, not that great of a grass type killer. And as you can see, Victory Bell, Abomasnow, Ludicolo, the non-starter picks lose to all your starter picks, right? So yeah, that's something to think about. Now, this right here is the bad stuff, right? Now, we didn't do this for the Mud Boys because grass versus the Mud Boys, that's not worth talking about, right? That's a waste of time. But this, they actually have some CMP ties with some of the Pokemon that are like set up to beat them, and this is interesting, right? Now, over there, you can see Venomoth. Why is Venomoth there on Meganium? Yes, it loses, 100%, yes. Okay, but it's not as bad as Venusaur and Ivysaur, who get completely mauled by Venomoth. Straight fast attack, and it doesn't need to throw. With Meganium, it needs to throw. Okay, so just keep that in mind. My recommendation for non-starter grass type, any Razor Leafer, right? Any Razor Leafer, you know, pick what you like. Differences in the charge moves, but the differences between them, like matchup-wise, are very, very minimal. You can say, oh, Venomoth kills a Victory Bell like super fast. Yeah, but I mean, it still kills the rest. So, you know, it's not that big of a difference, okay? Why did I choose Victory Bell for the graphic? Really? The graphic? This is a graphic? Not really. It's just because I like Acid Spray, right? So, you farm down, and then you throw Acid Spray, and it doesn't just have that one Pokemon of, like, effect, right? It also kind of, like, messes up the next one. Okay? So, that's it. My recommendation, though, is that the Grass-type starters are solid choices because the non-starter choices kinda suck. They're very lackluster. They don't have that spicy extra coverage, right? My top pick for the entire Timeless Cup is Meganium. Meg is just like the coverage is beautiful, right? And if you have like fantastic stats, it's also kind of like a Dragon Slayer. Very, very close though. Very close, okay? Hope you don't lag, alright? My second choice though, and this is the one that I'm gonna go with because sadly I don't have Meganium. My tournament is on the day of Community Day. This is the one that I'm going with, Ivysaur, right? Ivysaur is solid, and I think more solid compared to Venusaur. But if you need the grass type coverage, Venusaur is your go-to. Okay, so yeah, Venusaur is my third, but that's because my team doesn't really need grass type coverage. Okay, finally we are at the fire starters. The fire starters are also pretty easy to talk about. Actually, like the grass was the most complex. Now the thing is, where's Typhlosion? Where's like, bro, you don't consider Typhlosion good? Actually, I think that Typhlosion is a side grade to Charizard, but the thing is, since Charizard has Fire Spin, and since you can kind of like not just beat down the grass, but also put yourself in a nice situation to kind of like throw a Blast Burn at the next Pokemon because, you know, you do super effective damage with your fast attack. I think that Typhlosion is less compared to Charizard, but not by a lot. Not by a lot. Actually, like Typhlosion is a good choice because like it does have a match, like one matchup that it wins over Charizard, and that is Drapion. But we'll talk about it. Okay, so the fire types are supposed to kill the grass types. But Blaziken has a CMP tie with Venusaur. That kinda sucks. Blaziken's saving grace though is that it can beat Lapras and Sealeo. Both. Now with Charizard, you're like, what the frick? Really? It beats Sealeo? Not the Water Gun variant, but I mean usually like Powder Snow is the meta, right? Well, I feel like Powder Snow is the meta. It can actually just go straight Blast Burn and win, alright? So yeah, but Blaziken has both of them, and that's pretty big because I do feel that Lapras is the more popular choice, right? Other stuff, Blaziken pulling ahead here, and this is the matchup that we were talking about, the Drapion matchup. Drapion actually ties with Charizard, dude. And it has to get the bait. Oh my god, Charizard, dude. Oh lord, it needs to get that Blast Burn, alright, off to tie with Drapion. You can't go straight Dragon Claw, you're gonna lose, okay? Drapion can take it, and also you can't go straight Blast Burn. That's not gonna work out for you. You lose. This really sucks, and this is why Typhlosion, this is Typhlosion's one match, right? Typhlosion can beat Drapion straight Blast Burn. But I mean, if you find more matchups, you know, let your boy know, because I want to know this stuff. Not that it really matters because I don't have a Typhlosion, and that sucks for me. I'm really hoping to catch like a Cyndaquil on come Community Day, I hope, you know. But yeah, straight Blast Burn, it's got that. But obviously Blaziken really pulling ahead here, and very important thing to note, Sudowoodo. That's actually a really strong Pokemon. We will talk about that. The stick, the stone stick, yes, very strong. Now Blaziken really pulling ahead here, and Charizard starting to look like a stinky fire Pokemon. Yeah, but let me take Blaziken down a step here. It loses to Venomoth. Now think about it like this, right? If Blaziken is your starter, who is your grass type? It's most likely a Razor Leafer, most likely Victory Bell, or you know, I mean, Abomasnow and Ludicolo, same deal, they still lose, okay? So that's kind of like, that's not good, right? Definitely not good. Venomoth, is it gonna be meta though? Time will tell. And finally, as a fire type killer, Charizard, this is his saving grace, right? It is bait dependent, but I mean, he can pull it off. That's it. That's all I can say about Charizard. I don't think that Charizard is a good choice for your starter. If I were to choose like a fire starter for you, it would be Blaziken, right? It would be Blaziken. But the thing is, it still really depends on your like team of 6 and stuff, right? And Charizard does have its matchups, right? Like clean grass profile, no weakness to Venomoth. It's just, yeah, I mean, Blaziken I feel is more important because Lapras is really gonna be, it's a popular choice, right? That's my take on it. Now let's take a look at the non-starter fire types. We've got Fire Castform and Ninetales. Ninetales is actually much better with the Legacy Flamethrower. This right here is the reason why I think Sunny Castform might be a really spicy choice for your safe swap. Okay, Haunter matchup aside, I just have it there just to have it in the graphic. I didn't know where to put it, right? But Haunter matchup aside, you can see that a lot of the water ice types that are probably gonna switch in are ties. And if you get that, you know, just a little bit of energy advantage, you can actually beat them down. Alright, so take a look at this matchup right here. As you can see, it is a CMP tie, and you throw straight Weather Ball. Interesting, right? So think about it like this, right? Let's say the situation is you were leading with your Whiscash and your opponent had Ivysaur. You swap immediately to your Fire Castform, Sunny Castform, okay? Boom! Bright lights all around. He's swapping out, obviously, right? But you got a couple of fast attacks in. Lapras pops in. You have a couple of fast attacks. And so, you're gonna get to this before the Lapras gets to this. And so, you win. Right? That's nice! Oh my god, I am an idiot. I am an idiot, guys. Take a look at this. Oh my lord. Castform actually beats Sealeo straight Weather Ball Fire. I was gonna say, oh, you need to get the bait with the Solar Beam. It actually just beats it down with a Weather Ball Fire straight up. Okay, not the water gun version, but let's go back to the graphic. And now it's fixed. And now you don't remember a single thing that happened, you know, and I got it completely right, okay? Sunny Castform looking real hot right now, real hot. Other stuff. yes, they have Drapion, and with Skuntank, it's super close, like really close. So stats, right? Just stats. For same type coverage, except that Venomoth is not really same type, but the thing is Venomoth is an anti-grass Pokemon, so kind of the same, right? Kind of the same, okay? They have Venomoth, plus Ninetales actually pulls ahead here, ahead of all the fire types as the fire type killer, because with Charizard, it was very bait dependent, right? With Ninetales, it's actually quite clear. Alright, so my recommendation for the fire type, Blaziken, right, as the starter, Charizard, and then for the non-starter, Sunny Castform is solid. But the thing is, for the fire types, think about Ice Fang Drapion here for a sec, okay? Ice Fang Drapion can kill the grass types, right? It's a CMP type with Meganium, yes, but it's still, I mean, it does the job. And then, it kills Venomoth. Okay, Blaziken, what's up? How you doing? Alright? Alright? And then, it also kills all 3 dragons. Yes, Ice Fang Drapion, we'll talk about that in another video, right? But it does an amazing job at being a fire type without being a fire type, okay? The only one that I would think of like a side grade type situation is, well, one Blaziken because it kills Lapras-Sealeo, right? So it kills the grass. It's a CMP type with Venusaur though, so that kind of sucks. And Sunny Castform, which kills Venusaur, right? Kills Venomoth, kills the grass, I mean, kills Venomoth, and also kills Lapras-Sealeo. Okay, so that's kind of, it's like a side grade to Drapion, okay? And these 2 Pokemon are kind of nice. Alright, so that's it for episode 1 of my Timeless Cup Meta Simplified Guide. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something. Comment down below if you like this format much better compared to like the old format. I think this format is like the best thing that I've come up with so far, because you get to compare, like really compare and contrast like the different choices for like the job slots, and so you get to make clearer choices when you're picking out Pokemon for your team. I think this is a fantastic format. I'd like to know what you think about it. Comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Ding that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Episode 2, episode 3 coming soon. Alright, bye guys.